Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new 2024 series. Throughout the series, there will be debates where the candidates' performances will be determined by a D20, similar to the game of Dungeons & Dragons, and fundraising reports will be determined by Google Trends. Whilst the winners of the primaries, caucuses, and the general will all be decided by you, the viewers. Big news today as Republicans have flipped back the Senate. Republicans made a net gain of 2, flipping 4 seats while Democrats flipped 2. Doug Collins defeated Raphael Warnock in Georgia. Paul Gosar defeated Mark Kelly in Arizona. Chris Sununu defeated Matt Gaston in New Hampshire. Larry Hogan defeated Chris Van Hollen in Maryland. On the Democrat side, John Fetterman defeated Everett Stern in Pennsylvania. And Charlie Crist defeated Marco Rubio in a surprising upset in Florida. This gives Republicans a 52 to 48 seat majority in the Senate. For the first time in 6 years, the Republican Party has won back control of the House of Representatives, and the first time since 2016 that Republicans have had control of both houses of Congress. It is expected that Kevin McCarthy will be penciled in as the next Speaker of the House, whilst Catherine Clark will become the House Minority Leader. On the governor's side of things, Democrats did not end up with control, but did end up making a gain of 1 seat. But there were several flips on the governor level tonight. Katie Hobbs defeated David Schweikert in Arizona. Greg Orman defeated Laura Kelly in Kansas. Mike Lindell defeated Tim Walz in Minnesota. John James defeated Gretchen Whitmer in Michigan. Stacey Abrams defeated Brian Kemp in Georgia. Andrew Valinsky defeated Don Bolduc in New Hampshire. Linda McMahon defeated Ned Lamont in Connecticut. And John Delaney defeated Roy Rutherford in Maryland. We also have our first hypothetical 2024 primary polls from both the Republican and Democrat fields. On the Republican side, Texas Senator Ted Cruz leads the pack at 14.5%, a very controversial figure as he is one of 7 senators to object to the 2020 election results, as well as the controversy including him going to Cancun, Mexico, while his home state was having a state of emergency over power issues caused by a frost storm. Coming in second is Fox News host Tucker Carlson at 13.8%. Tucker Carlson rose to national name recognition during the late days of President Trump's presidency, as he spoke against not only the Democrats but also the president himself, being cited as one of the lead proponents against the summer riots in 2020. Coming in third at 13.5% is Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Once popular amongst both major parties in his home state, Governor DeSantis was one of the most popular governors in the country up until the COVID-19 pandemic struck our country. Since then, he has had a steady uprise back to his popularity where it once was, but there is still a chance his poor response to the pandemic could hurt a possible campaign. Coming in fourth at 12% is former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie. Christie was one of the few Republicans calling for Trump's impeachment and removal after the break-in at the Capitol building. Governor Christie was seen as a leading contender in the 2016 Republican primary before the George Washington Bridge Lane scandal, which many say killed his campaign. Could Christie win back many of the supporters he lost in 2016? Coming in fifth at 11.9% is former UN ambassador under the Trump administration, Nikki Haley. Haley is seen to have been groomed for a potential 2024 run by the Republican establishment, but could she win the primary in an ever-growing anti-establishment party? Next with an 11.8% is South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, one of only 3 black senators currently serving in the Senate. With Republicans doing better and better with the black vote each election cycle, Senator Scott could be the key Republicans need to win the black vote. Next with 11.3%, Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton, perceived by many as far-right. Cotton was one on President Trump's short list of potential Supreme Court nominees. Cotton was also perceived as a Trump ally, but refused to overturn any attempt of objecting to the Electoral College vote. Finally, at 11.2% is activist Candace Owens. Owens has made several teases about a potential run for president but has little to no experience in government, which she would have to answer calls for if she decided to run. On the Democrat side, there is no surprise here. Vice President Kamala Harris is first with 14.2%. However, close behind her with 14.1% is New York City Mayor Andrew Yang, the first Asian American mayor in the city's history. In the 2020 Democrat primary, Yang single-handedly made universal basic income a national idea. This time, Yang could be seen as a frontrunner would need more than just UBI to win the primary. In third at 12.8% is the Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg. Secretary Pete was a Cinderella story in 2020, coming out of virtually nowhere and going on to win the Iowa caucus. In fourth is Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren. Warren is seen as the frontrunner for the progressive side of the Democratic Party. Next up at 12%, Georgia Senator John Ossoff. At 36 years old, Senator Ossoff would be one of the youngest candidates in the field, if not the youngest. But due to his age, he could face calls for inexperience within the government. Next at 11.9% is Virginia Senator and 2016 Democrat Vice Presidential nominee Tim Kaine. Next at 11.7% is recently elected Governor of Hawaii, Tulsi Gabbard. Essentially shunned by the Democrat establishment, Gabbard has teased running as a third-party candidate in the past in spite of this. Finally, at 11.6%, Colorado Senator John Hickenlooper, a popular moderate senator in an ever-growing progressive state. Hickenlooper could become a compromise candidate for both sides of the Democrat Party. Big news out of the Capitol today, as President Joe Biden has announced he plans to retire after his current term as president ends. This guarantees an open primary for both parties this election cycle, the first time since 2016. Big news coming out of Salem, New Hampshire today. Senator-elect Chris Sununu has become the first major candidate to announce a run for president in 2024. From 2017 until 2023, he serves as the governor of New Hampshire. From 2011 to 2017, Sununu served on the New Hampshire Executive Council. Sununu is seen as fiscally conservative and socially moderate, also very popular amongst Trump Republicans. Sununu could be the key to Republicans winning the Northeast. Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin has announced that she will be running for president in 2024. She is one of the first openly gay senators elected to the Senate, as well as she represents a state that Republicans will be heavily targeting in the upcoming election, as it was closer in 2020 than it was in 2016, despite the massive turnout. She will be one of many candidates fighting for the progressive vote. Recently elected Senator of Pennsylvania, John Fetterman, has announced his bid for the White House today. John Fetterman has appealed to the ruby red counties of Pennsylvania, which could help Democrats all across the country with rural voters. From 2005 to 2019, he served as the mayor of Braddock, Pennsylvania, and from 2019 to 2023, he serves as the lieutenant governor of Pennsylvania. If he were elected president, he would break the record set by President Abraham Lincoln for the tallest president by 5 inches. As Lincoln was 6'4", Fetterman is 6'9". Arizona Congressman Ruben Gallego has announced that he will be running for president in 2024. Characterized as an uprising progressive star in the Democrat Party, he'll be one of many fighting for the progressive votes in this primary cycle. From 2011 to 2014, he served in the Arizona House of Representatives, serving in 2 separate districts, the 16th and 27th districts, respectively. Big news out of Minnesota today. Senator Amy Klobuchar has announced that she will be running for president again in the 2024 election. However, during the George Floyd riots, Klobuchar came under fire during her tenure as Hennepin County Attorney. She served in that position from 1999 to 2007 and has served as a senator for Minnesota since 2007. Both the Republican and Democrat national conventions have announced the dates and qualifications for the first debate. The first Republican debate will be hosted in Houston, Texas by Fox News. In order for a candidate to be invited to the debate, they will need to meet 3 requirements. Be in the top 20 in the national average by May 30th. Break 2% or more in any state-level poll, and meet the donor threshold of 5,000 separate donations. On the Democrat side, hosted in Los Angeles, California by CNN, these requirements are very similar to the Republican side of things. However, you must have a national average of 1% or more by May 30th to partake in the debate. Now, it is expected that there will be more than one debate for both parties in June, but it does seem like both parties are trying their best to thin the crowd as much as they can. Here are the fundraiser reports for November 2022. Senator-elect Chris Sununu so far has reached 200 donations. Senator Tammy Baldwin is at 1,200 donations. The only candidate to meet the donor threshold thus far, Senator-elect John Fetterman, is at 5,200 donations. Congressman Ruben Gallego is at 300 donations, and Senator Amy Klobuchar is at 200 donations. Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz has announced he will be running for president in 2024. A big Trump ally, Matt Gaetz will be one of many candidates running to win over Trump supporters. From 2010 to 2016, Gaetz was a member of the Florida House representing the 4th District. He currently serves as a member of Congress representing Florida's 1st District. If Gaetz were to win the nomination, there's a chance Democrats will continue their assault of calling him the names they call every Republican: sexist, homophobic, and racist. This could hurt the party's chances of improving with minorities if this were to occur. Former Governor Deval Patrick has announced that he will be running for president again in the 2024 election. In the 2020 Democrat primary, he jumped in late in the race and was unable to gain much traction as many voters had decided who they were going to vote for already. He dropped out after he failed to win any delegates in the New Hampshire primary. From 1994 to 1997, he served as the U.S. Assistant Attorney General for the Civil Rights Division under the Clinton administration, and from 2007 to 2016, he served as Governor of Massachusetts. Patrick might be what the Democrat Party needs to win back disillusioned Black Clinton-Trump voters back into the Democrat column. California Governor Gavin Newsom has formed an exploratory committee to run for President of the United States, a very controversial figure due to his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, which saw heavy restrictions put on the state of California. This saw Gavin Newsom almost get recalled in early 2021. From 1997 to 2004, Newsom served as a member of the San Francisco Board of Supervisors, representing the 2nd District. From 2004 to 2011, he served as the mayor of San Francisco. From 2011 through 2019, he served as Lieutenant Governor of California before he was elected as governor in 2018. If Newsom does decide to run, he could end up becoming a top-tier candidate if he were to answer calls about his scandals from time as serving as governor of California. Coming out of Colorado today, Governor Jared Polis has announced that he will be running for president in 2024. He's the 2nd openly LGBT governor elected. From 2001 to 2007, he served as a member of the Colorado State Board of Education. From 2009 to 2019, he served as a member of the House of Representatives, representing the 2nd District, and has been governor since 2019, another candidate that will be vying for progressive voters. Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown will run for President of the United States, a Democrat senator from Ohio, a state that is growing more and more Republican every year. Senator Brown is up for re-election in 2024 and is considered one of the most vulnerable incumbents. This might be the only chance he has at becoming president. The first person from the Biden administration has declared a run to succeed the president. Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack has announced earlier this morning that he will launch his 2nd attempt for the presidency. Vilsack does lack in 2 major areas, though. He has seemed to have major problems with both black voters as well as progressive voters. An example would be after his 2021 confirmation to a 2nd Senate Agriculture Secretary, a black farmer was quoted as saying, "Tired of getting slapped in the face," per The Guardian. He's also not popular among the progressive wing, as stated earlier. Late Senator Bernie Sanders joined 6 Republicans in voting against his confirmation. If he can get over these problems, he is a serious threat to Republicans and fellow Democrats. Florida Senator Rick Scott has announced that he is seriously looking at a run for president in 2024 and has formed an exploratory committee. Senator Scott was only one of 7 senators that voted to overturn the results of the Electoral College in 2021. He's also the number 6 Republican in the Senate, as well as serving as governor of Florida from 2011 to 2019. He's the 2nd Republican from Florida to announce a run for president. It is unclear if Florida Governor Ron DeSantis or Florida Senator-elect Charlie Crist will join Scott and Gaetz in the 2024 primary or not. The governor-elect of Georgia, Stacey Abrams, has announced that she will be running for president in 2024. Credited with helping turn out voters in the 2020-21 Senate elections as well as the 2020 general election, which saw Joe Biden win the state of Georgia, the first time Georgia has went blue on the presidential level since 1992. and we also saw both John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock win their respective Senate races, giving Democrats the majority in the Senate. The governor race in Georgia was one of the closest, with Abrams winning by only 28,000 votes. With Democrats wanting to keep Georgia blue this election, Abrams might be their best choice. Here is the December fundraising report. Senator-elect Chris Sununu has 400 donations. Senator Tammy Baldwin has 2,500 donations. Senator-elect John Fetterman, who has already met the donor threshold, is at 10,600 donations. Congressman Ruben Gallego is at 600 donations. Senator Amy Klobuchar is at 400 donations. Congressman Matt Gaetz is at 800 donations. Senator Rick Scott is at 4,200 donations, close to the 5,000 donation threshold. Governor Deval Patrick is at 600 donations. Governor Gavin Newsom is at 2,400 donations. Governor Jared Polis is at 300 donations. Senator Sherrod Brown is at 1,000 donations. Secretary Tom Vilsack is at 700 donations, and Governor-elect Stacey Abrams is at 500 donations. Currently, there are 3 Republicans and 10 Democrats running for president. There is expected to be many more to announce as we get closer to the first debate. On the Republican side, we have Congressman Matt Gaetz, Senator Rick Scott, and Senator-elect Chris Sununu. For the Democrat side of things, we have Senator Tammy Baldwin, Senator-elect John Fetterman, Congressman Ruben Gallego, Senator Amy Klobuchar, former Governor Deval Patrick, Governor Gavin Newsom, Senator Sherrod Brown, Secretary Tom Vilsack, Governor-elect Stacey Abrams, and Governor Jared Polis. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. This series will most likely end up becoming a bi-weekly series on the channel if everything goes right. If you go down to the description, you will find a new Google Doc. This one you will find third-party preferences, favorability polls, candidate polls, and state polls. I will see you in episode 2.